where we talk about all things life, love, and anything else you need to know along your spiritual journey. One of the biggest messages as I was sitting down for the pre meditation before going live is there is definitely someone deep in their head, deep in their thoughts about coming to you and speaking their truth. This is somebody that you could be in a relationship with. This is somebody you could be in no contact with. Someone is definitely determined to come and speak their truth. This is the same person we got a message about last night who is losing sleep over you. Every time this person tries to go to sleep, it feels like all they can do is think about you. All they can do is dream about you and how to make things better. For some of you, mm, your relationship status is changing, and not in the way that you think. It feels like you two are finally going to come to an agreement that you've grown apart. Relationships are ending one way or another in July, but however it shows up for you is exactly the way it's supposed to show up for you. True soulmates and true destiny partners, twin flames, if you will, are being guided to one another. So if you're with somebody that you're not supposed to be with, understand you won't be allowed to be with them much longer. That being said, let's get into the collective message because I think that was for somebody in particular, somebody that's been on the live and wondering about their relationship, wondering what change is coming. July is going to be filled with lots of changes, lots of ups and downs, shaking things loose to make things right, right? We've heard about the tower moments coming through, and everything is working together to bring you that wish fulfillment that you are seeking, that you are looking for. Today is the 10th, right? The 10th is the number of cycles beginning. So use this last moment before we have the new moon on the 14th to think about what is it that you want to begin? What is it that you're calling in? What is it that you want to shift? What is it that you want to change? And align with that energy, not just in your love life, but every single area of your life. July has to be that, has to be. I was going to say has the potential, but your guides came through and quickly corrected me. This is the moment where it all shifts. This is the moment where it all changes. This is the moment where you're being asked that no matter what it looks like, no matter what it seems like, hold the highest vision of what you want. Yesterday, you were asked to make that list. How many of you actually made that list of what it is that you want? Not just with what you want in love, but with what you want in every area of your life. Hello on YouTube. We are on YouTube and TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe as you're coming into the lives. That being said, what do you want to begin, right, on this 10th day, on this 1 year, right? On this one day, this 1 year. The higher vibration of 10 is 28, right? The lunar cycle. Choose wisely, because this time it's going to stick. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this Friday? Oh, and by the way, Friday is ruled by Venus. This is why we do the love readings on Fridays. We have a Loves Me night and celebration. Another confirmation that somebody's in their head worrying about whether or not they lost you for good, whether or not they can ever make things right, whether or not they're supposed to keep pursuing you and following their heart. Everything is pointing towards a yes. Very shortly, before July is over, you're going to have some type of confirmation. You're going to have some type of conversation with your person that takes things to the next level with or without that person. Be open to how love shows up for you, especially if you were born on the 14th or the 31st of any month. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this Friday? How are you guys doing on this morning or afternoon, depending upon where you're at in the world? Because we have viewers from all over, right? Not just in the States, but South Africa, Europe, other places. So Netherlands, we had somebody from earlier this week, definitely don't hesitate to let us know where you're from and how you're doing on this beautiful Friday. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know when it comes to love? Ace of Swords coming out again, right? With that Seven of Pentacles, that gift energy. Definitely, whoever this is that wants to have a conversation with you, they're not coming just to talk, right? They're coming to bring gifts. They're coming in a way that you know that they're serious about making things right with you and taking the relationship to the next level. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know when it comes to their love life? And then we'll get one from here. And then after we pull the collective message, we'll pull the messages for each zodiac sign. Those of you who have ordered personal readings, if you were on the list before last night, all of those have already gone out. So definitely check your email for the link to your private video. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this Friday? What else does the collective need to... Oh, this one really wants to pop. Okay, and then we'll get one more from the Kipper deck. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this Friday when it comes to their relationships? A lot of things want to come out crossing. Where did you want to go? Here. What else is it? It's way too many. What else does the collective need to know? I pray that everybody who is here receives the message that they need to hear to assist them along their journey. Starting with here, because this, let me make sure everything is in view. This is a very, very busy corner. I got to take a sip of my tea on that one. Confirmation that your relationship status is changing. I'm hearing the song, "We've Only Just Begun. The Romance Is Not Over." It's like an 80s R&B love song. Because I'm seeing a man with cherry curls. That's too funny. But this piggybacks on the message we got last night. The relationship is not done. The relationship is not over. The romance is still there. There is definitely too much love for this to end. We've come so far to let it all end. I'm hearing Michelle A. Something in my heart, that distance crossing in the distance is coming to an end. Those of you who are in separation with somebody, in no contact with somebody, that's coming to an end. Mercury retrograde is pairing up with the energy of Neptune in retrograde, right? Helping people see things clearly, taking those rose-colored glasses off, helping people along their journey. And they're going to come and say something, especially that person that keeps writing text messages and then deleting them. There's somebody, because they've been coming up in the messages, not just a Sagittarius, but it's also Gemini energy. They stay looking at pictures of you on their phone. They stay like starting to pour out their heart. And then they're like, yeah, I'm not going to do this, right? They're not going to be able to fight this feeling any longer because this is what they want. This is where they want to eventually get to. And they say eventually, and it feels like months and years from now. But soon as you open the door and say, okay, let's try again, they're going to do everything in their ability to take it to the next level. For some of you who are like, I don't know who Edda's talking about. The person you counted out because you thought, especially if they have Gemini placements in their big three, sun, moon, and or rising, or maybe even their Mars, that person that you thought only wanted you for the it wasn't just that. That was part of it. They do love that about you. They do like that a lot. But that was like the cherry, the icing on the cake, right? They love you for everything you are. And this also wanted to come out sideways, this change. The distance, the separation, the no contact, people not standing in their truth, all of that is coming to an end. Prepare for it. And you've been warned, you've been put on notice, you've been given the heads up that when this person comes back to tell you their truth, do not use it as an opportunity to get on them for everything they did to you in the past. Forgive them. Unless they bring up something specific, then of course, give them your 2 cents on the subject. But do not treat this person, and we keep getting that same message. Do not treat this person as if they're the same person from the past, because they're not. A lot of them in that distance during the separation, during the time that you've had them blocked, they've been doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of deep energetic work to become the person they know they are supposed to become. Next we have two: miscarriage, sacrifice, failure to launch, especially if your birthday is on April 22nd or you are in April Taurus. Some of you could have had a physical miscarriage, but this is also pointing to pouring everything you have into something or someone, expecting an outcome, and that outcome not coming into fruition, not coming to pass. Both of you are in this energy of things not working out and being heartbroken that everything you poured into, even though you poured so much into it, it didn't work out. This person that definitely um, loves you in this way, but that has been in their head to them, regardless of what, I mean, I can't say regardless. Spirit wanted to say regardless of what it looks like to you, regardless of what it seems like, this person genuinely tried. Even though they fell short, they genuinely tried to make you a part of their world. The problem is their world wasn't ready to receive you. This feels like the same person with the karmic friends and living a certain lifestyle, and then here you come, all love and light, loving on this person, showing them a new way of living, and their friends making them the butt of every joke over it. As much as their heart wanted you to stand by their side, their world wasn't ready for that. This was their cosmic cue. This failure to launch, a lot of flying in airplanes, was because they were around the wrong people. They couldn't fully have the blessings of this relationship, of what this relationship was supposed to be, as long as they held on to those karmic friends and people. The Four of Cups being stubborn, but also being very, very unhappy. This is someone who has gone through an emotional storm. Probably that Pisces that keeps popping up in the readings, having to do that deep dive, cutting off friends and finding peace. This is someone that, as much as they tries to get over you, and we keep hearing this, there's no getting over you. There's no getting past this relationship. There's no treating this relationship like they've treated every other situationship they've ever been through. They want this conflict to end. They are longing for this conflict to end. They're going to do everything in their ability to try again. This is also someone that during the day they're Mrs. Joe's, the Mrs. Got It All, Mr. Has It All, right? They're flirty, they're kind, you would see them and think they're the happiest person in the world, right? But they're putting on a show for everybody. Sometimes they don't even hang out with their friends. They either go to the bar or the lounge, or I'm seeing I'm seeing one of those what do you call those cigar places that people go and enjoy the delicacies of cigars? They go there on their own, and who's ever there, they just start pouring out their heart to that person, to that stranger, to get it off their chest and know that that person won't hold them accountable or laugh at them like their friends do. They seek comfort in strangers to help them get past the feelings of being so hurt, so disappointed in themselves, so unhappy with their own actions. This is why when Spirit tells you that this person has done the work, they've done the work. When Spirit says that they are sorry, they're sorry. It feels like this person, well, for some of you, couldn't be more sorry. For some of you, this unhappiness, this emotional storm that they're going through, it piggybacks off of the message that we got yesterday about lovers doing black magic to bind you. They're realizing that they shouldn't have done that to begin with because now they're facing the repercussions of their action. They should have just left everything flow the way that it was supposed to because it was beautiful the way that it was. Some people were fighting that change so hard they thought that they could put you in a box and put you on a shelf for when they were ready for you. But the Most High and said, mm-mm. The Most High stepped in and said, no, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Especially that heavy Pisces energy, Sagittarius energy, right? Gemini energy. Some of them, especially that Gemini, had to get out of another situation. It feels like it's not that they had a situationship. They were like going through a breakup with somebody when they met you, and they haven't fully broken up with that person. They haven't fully closed that chapter, and your guides won't let them come anywhere near you until they do. Blessings in disguise. This ending, this separation, especially if your person or the person you thought was your person was doing black magic on you, this separation, this breakup is definitely a blessing in disguise. You're going to realize in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, that that was the best thing that happened to you. While you've been seeing things about reconciliation, you've been seeing signs about you being paired with your person. For some of you, especially if your person did bippity boppity boo and you stay seeing crows, it's not going to be that person that comes back into your life. It's going to be another soulmate that comes in, and they have to come in the correct way with this chariot. Why is Pisces up and down this reading with this chariot? July energy, right? Those of you who know that the relationship is not over, right? The romance is not over. This person is coming in with that apology, and they're bringing big gifts. Some of you are going to think, and we got this message before, that they're love bombing you, that they're just trying to trick you. Maybe they're doing bippity boppity boo. Don't let your ego trick you out of a blessing. Don't let your ego trick you out of what the divine is calling you to do. This is what we do in soul sessions. When you get your clarity sessions from me, or we sit on the phone and we do those soul sessions, not only do we get to the nitty gritty of what's going on, but what you're actually being called to do, what your spirit, your soul, the Most High is calling you to do to move forward, either with this person or away from this person. You've been given so many heads up about this apology coming in. Don't fumble it. Do not fumble it. Even if you don't want this person back, treat them with kindness because the Most High is watching. He's always watching. And while you may have good reason to curse this person out and tell them about themselves and their mama, don't. Right? Get a vending session, right? Get it off your chest there. Don't be concerned and judge this person's current actions by their past actions. Oh, they did this before, they said this before, and nothing changed. This time is different. Something about this separation really, really put your person in their head and really put them in the energy of wanting to change, wanting to become a better person, putting an ending to the cycle of them always running from love. You're not the first person that they ran from. You're not the first person that tried to bring them closer to God. But you're the first person that made sense. You're the first person that actually felt the presence of the Most High in your presence. This love was very, very beautiful, very pure, very supposed to last for forever. But of course, with ego and bad company and bad friends leading you in the wrong direction, it was only a matter of time before everything ended. but everything needed to end. You needed to have that tower moment. You needed to go through that separation for you to become who you're supposed to become and for your person to become who they are supposed to become. Ooh, I can't wait till we get into the messages for the signs. Next, we have neglect. They know they were supposed to build a home with you. For some of you, they specifically told you you feel like home, but then they never showed up. They never did what they were supposed to do. And this is what weighs heaviest on them with all this dark energy. Having the opportunity to make things right and they didn't. This thought, regardless of what they're posting on social media, regardless of what you think you're seeing, because during Mercury retrograde, nothing is ever what they seem. They know they could have, look at that, look at that. For those of you who are wondering, because I'm not reading the comments, right? I can only tend to the comments after I'm done with the channeling. But somebody was asking about this. Is this my twin flame? Is this my forever person? This is your confirmation. And side note, for those of you who are new here, when I say twin flame, it's in the original version of what the twin flame partnership is supposed to be, not this washed down commercial version that it's been made to be over the past 10 years. When you think of twin flame unions, true divine partners that are supposed to be together, they have a spiritual mission like Isis and Osiris, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Anna and Joaquin, right? I could go on and on and on. Tristan and Isolde, right? They have a true, we could even say Romeo and Juliet, right? They have a true spiritual mission to bring some type of change to their bloodline and to the collective. That is a heavy, heavy, heavy calling, and not for the weak of heart, and not for those who are struggling with the idea of forgiveness, who struggle with the idea of selflessness. We heard earlier in the week that some of you want partnership. You have on your list that you want to be married by a certain date. Yes, I'm putting your business out there. But you have no idea. You don't have the patience, the understanding, the selflessness, the heart space to be married, to truly be in partnership with somebody. Some of you just want the title, right? You want your Mrs. degree, and I get that. But also know what comes with it and prepare for that. We heard earlier in the week that reason number 1469 that this person can't let you go is because you guys have done the same dance in every single lifetime, and they have fumbled you in every single lifetime. But this was the lifetime, this was the moment that they were supposed to get it right. It feels like deja vu. It feels like a love that they once knew. Yes, like that Mary J. Blige song that came out last week, because you guys did this in a past life. You have traveled across oceans of time together. You ever seen that movie Cloud Atlas? That is a good movie if you really want to understand the twin flame dynamic and how it shows up in different partnerships, in all partnerships, because sometimes we think of twin flames and it's like divine feminine, divine masculine, not necessarily, right? Because divine feminine, divine masculine is talking about the inner energetics, not the outward appearances. So if you never saw Cloud Atlas, right? Our girl Halle Berry is in it, right? Watch it to truly understand the twin flame dynamic. Let's get into the messages for the signs. Then I could get into your comments. If you'd like a personal reading to get clarity on your own situation, soul sessions, clarity sessions are available. The ones that have been requested through yesterday are already out. So check your inbox. And the links are private, so only you and I can have access to the video. That being said, let's see what your guides want to say according to your sign, their sign, and the love message that you need to know. Either way you spin it, as long as you're open to it, your relationship status is changing in July. And then you're going to come back and tell us, share with the collective, just exactly how that showed up for you. as I take another sip of my tea. Holy Spirit, oh, well, yeah, we'll start here. What else does the collective need to know about love? What message does the collective need to know about love? Okay. Love yourself first and chemistry. Your self respect makes you romantically attractive. There's strong magnetic attraction here. Going back to that Gemini that you think only wants one thing, that person that you think only wants one thing, they want more than want one thing than that one thing. They want everything with you. They want to be that provider, that protector, and they're heavily highlighting this. What is that? They want to create with you. They want to build with you. This is why it's so heavy that you're being asked to forgive the past because they're not that person anymore. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know when it comes to their relationships? Right? What should they be expecting in love? Okay, this is a cute little cut. And then, of course, we'll get a tarot message. My decks have been acting really weird. One of them stopped working, right? It refused to shuffle. And I couldn't find my brown tarot deck like this, even though they're all stored in the same place. Like crystals, tarot decks will disappear on you when they're tired. So we're bringing out an oldie but goodie for the tarot message. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know according to their sign, sun, moon, and or rising, or their persons? Starting with Cancer. Happy birthday, Cancer. How have you been celebrating, Cancer? Sun, moon, and or rising. Going back to what was said about the tower moment needing to happen, we know now that tower moments only happen on things that were built on shaky ground. For those of you that have a person coming back who has a Cancer rising, especially, they are determined that this time around, now that you guys have gotten through the hardest part, they are determined to build on solid ground. Build it on a rock that no matter what the world brings or the weather, you guys will still be standing tall forever. Your romance angel message is love you. How do we get back to love yourself first? Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. Loving yourself first also points to the need to make sure you're spoiling yourself, especially those of you who are in a relationship, who are in separation with their person. A lot of those things that you're asking for in love, you have to start pouring that into yourself first before somebody else can come along and do that with you, for you, build with you, right? You have to be able to love on yourself, flaws and all, in order to magnetize the true love that you're calling in order to align with the love that you envision in your mind. Leo, sun, moon, and or rising. I'm hearing, I can't say what I'm hearing. FB words, get money. I could say that, right? No. A heartbroken Leo has given up on love and why? I mean, I get why. But if you give love a second chance, or a third, or 100th, it might pleasantly surprise you, especially now that you know about energetics and aligning and frequency and manifesting. Use everything that you've learned to manifest the life that you desire. For some of you, I'm seeing that are doing the most, especially Leo moons, in trying to, they're saying trap, but I hope you're not trying to trap somebody. Persuade somebody to stay with you, to choose you. Choose yourself first. The tighter you hold on to something or someone is the quicker that you lose it. Love, like money and everything else, has to have the freedom to come and go. Like water, right? When water becomes stagnant, right, it doesn't flow, it breeds mosquitoes. It gets stale. It gets funky. Algae starts growing, right? It no longer becomes potable. Stop that. Allow the energy to come and go. The person that's truly for you will respect you to your face, behind your back. You won't have to worry about the things that you're worrying about. If your person has you in your head and you always have to check the phone and check this and let me smell you, that's not your person. Stop the aggravation now. Stop the stress now. Maybe you're the one that should have got beloved your first card. Free yourself, Leo, from those thoughts. And it's time to take control, take back control over your life with this unicorn energy. What, and I get now the FBs, right? Get money. Because what you're wishing for doesn't exist, or so you think. Everything you're wishing for does exist. It wouldn't pop up in your head just to be a pleasant distraction or just to be a thought. It pops up in your head because it's supposed to be your reality. All that's left is for you to truly believe and align with it. Virgo, sun, moon, and or rising. Another one. And this, we got a bit of this yesterday. Virgo's feeling defeated. Virgo's feeling like, especially if you're dealing with a Virgo, Virgo's feeling like they're not good enough. You're going to feel what you feel. And even though spirit's like they shouldn't feel that way, but who are we to say what a person should feel? No, feel your feelings. Tend to your battle wounds, right? Love is a battlefield. What? Pat Benatar, right? You beg me go, then make me say, why do you treat me so bad? But I'm trapped by your love, and I'm chained to your side. Oh, the Pisces might have Virgo placements. I'm seeing someone that has literally tried to fight their feelings for you. Another piggyback off of yesterday's message. But that Pat Benatar song, Love is the Battlefield. We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, nor demands. Love is a battlefield. As far as this person has run, as far as the runner has ran, they're still chained to your side. And nothing or no one can change that. They can run to all four corners of the earth and still be chained to you. They could find themselves on Neptune and still be chained to you. Regardless, if you take this person back, because some of you are weary. They're like, but they did this and they did that and they did this and they did that and they did this and they said they were going to change and they never changed. I hear you and I get it, right? We are creatures of habit. If we did something, we're probably going to do it again. But with this wand energy, and wands is the suit of change, there's always that possibility, especially after deep reflection, and I look up in this 811, that somebody can change. Just know you will always have this person's heart. Always. They might be with somebody, hell, they might even marry somebody, but it's only going to be paperwork. They have said that they're never going to love anybody the way that they love you again. And they have literally just given you their heart. They don't need it anymore. They don't want it anymore. Calling in your soulmate. This is the same person, and I don't know why they hijacked Virgo's message. I know why they hijacked Virgo's message. Because it's a true twin flame union. That person, regardless of your sun, moon, and or rising or theirs, is calling you in, is trying to manifest you back. They want you to call them before they call you. But you guys are standing on business as you should. Let them do the work. Let them bring the proof that they have changed. They are doing the prayers and the affirmations to bring you guys back together. Because they know if they don't have you, if they're not with you, they're not going to love anybody else again. This is heavy. This is really, really heavy. September is being highlighted. Something going on in September. Oh, this person may be a devotee because they petitioned Oshun. This is the same one. We got a message 2 weeks ago, and you guys helped me understand. The person that did an Igbo, right? What is that? A sacrifice, um, specifically to fix the relationship. It doesn't feel like, and I would have to go deeper on your personal situation. It doesn't feel like they are maliciously trying to trap you, but it feels like they are petitioning their spirits, their ancestors, their guides to heal the bond and help you understand that they are truly sorry, that they truly want to build a life with you. September is featured heavily, regardless of your sign, if you are in separation. Libra, sheesh. Speaking about healing and fixing the relationship, because we see Gabriel stepping in, no, Raphael stepping in, Sagittarius energy, taking the Two of Cups and balancing it out so you guys can go down that yellow brick road towards your happiness. Libra, things are coming into balance when it comes to love, period. Single, situationship, or other. You're definitely first in line to have your relationship status change. Libra, sun, moon, and or rising. Just be open to the changes. And really, everyone, practice forgiveness for how love showed up for you before. Libra, your love message is separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. For some of you, you are entering that stage where the two of you need to be separated so that you can learn and grow and become better partners for one another. Scorpio, sun, moon, and or rising with the Queen of Wands. I gotta take a sip of my tea on this one. There's a third party, and I hate that. We're not going to say third party. We're not going to say karmic. Lady friend. Boom. There's a lady friend that's been trying to distract your person from you. This feels like someone who's been around a long time. They could be a Scorpio. This is someone who has been like a best friend, or that's my sister, that's my cousin. But she's always been in the background, lurking, doing bippity boppity boo to keep this person away from everybody else until they were chosen. She could be a Scorpio, you could be a Scorpio. There is a lady friend around that wants your place, and we got this message before. And this is the same person that your masculine told them that we're just friends. Like whatever we did as friends. I don't know what else to tell you, but my heart is with the collective. Their heart is with you. She's still in the mix, trying to make something shake with your person, and you're going to hear about it. Somewhere down the line, you and your person are going to have a conversation before 2026 ends. So somewhere within the next 5 months, they're going to say, you remember so-and-so? And you're going to be like, yeah, your homegirl? Yeah, I can't believe that. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Life is about to show up and show her that you shouldn't try to tear asunder what God has brought together. Scorpio, you're being asked to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation, but this is also going back to that energy of forgiving your person, right? Because they're not the same person that they were in the past. They're not the same, they're not going to do the same thing. They're no longer under the influence of their silly friends. This is someone who's done the work to become the person that they are supposed to be and give you the love that you deserve. Sagittarius, because that's not ticky-tock safe. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and or rising. This was actually the vid card that we used for the YouTube thumbnail, the lovers. Expect restoration in your love life. Expect this period of no contact to end now. Not tomorrow, not during your birthday, but it's ending now. It might take another few days to actually show up, but peace and balance is being restored in your relationship, right? The divine has stepped in and said, yeah, these two belong together, especially if you're dealing with a Sagittarius placement. Your angel message is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. If you're dealing with a Gemini, they didn't feel like they had enough. This also feels like the energy of somebody that was trying to get out of somebody that was trying to get out of a situation when they met you. The problem is they were either on a lease or a mortgage together with this person, right? They have some contractual agreement, so they just couldn't get up and leave the house and start a new relationship, right? And all their money has been tied in breaking that lease or breaking that mortgage or finding a new place to stay. So this has been their primary focus, and this is why they've been in separation. They don't have a lady friend. They are not here doing the most. They are doing the most when it comes to work, right? This is somebody that has been putting all the hours that they physically can to make the money to finally break free and to build a home before they come back to you. This is the person, when we keep hearing those messages about they're coming with gifts, they're coming with seriousness, they're coming with all the receipts to show you that they're serious about taking this relationship to the next level. Sagittarius, Gemini energy, heavy. They want to have everything in place. I'm hearing Empress energy for them to just be like, come stay with me. This is all yours. I did this. I did this all for you. It's very loud in my ear right now. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or rising conflict. Conflict, conflict, conflict. But it also could mean, oh, compromise. Because you've been doing your own soul searching, Capricorn, you've been doing your own growth. You've been working on yourself, doing good and looking better. I'm hearing, well, congratulations. I love that for you. Keep going. Self improvement is always a beautiful thing. But that shifted your energy in the astral. So old lovers, old friends are like, oh snap, so and so's getting their life together. There's a change in the wind. I want to go see what that's all about. I want to go see if she'll take me back or he'll take me back. Don't fall for it. New person, new things, unless they come in a new way. Your romance angel message is release your ex, and that is your no. If you were wondering if you should take somebody back, that is your no. These people that are coming back, honor them coming back in your own way. Don't tell them to their face because then their ego is going to go, psh. Don't do that. Tell them, like when that text, that hey, big head text, I was in town. I was just wondering how you were doing. I remember when we went to the carnival, when those messages start coming through, say, listen, Peter, thank you, but I'm unavailable for this. And then in your mind, or you could write them a letter and say, thank you for all the times that you did, and then list all the good things, right? And then I make peace with, and then list all the bad things. And then close the letter with, I release you from my soul. This door, this chapter is forever closed. And then burn the letter, tear the letter up, but do something in the physical to acknowledge that all these loose strings, they're still attached to you. Because if they weren't attached to you, they wouldn't realize that you're going through a glow up. Okay? Okay. Cut all those loose cords before you ask for love to find you, because if you don't, this energetic thing that's going on with past lovers and people that wanted you in the past but didn't value you, right, are going to cause energetic static and prevent true love from showing up for you. Speaking about showing up, oh, Aquarius, you're going to have many choices in love. You're going to be confused about which you should take. When we see the Seven of Cups, there are clearly some great options and clearly not so great options. Use your discernment. You are being reminded to let a person's actions speak for them, not just their word. Children, your love life is being affected by children. This is why you have to be discerning. On a side note, I don't want to share this, but Spirit is like there's somebody that just jumped on the live that needs to be aware that there are people in the world that will prey on you because you have kids, either because of their sick fetishes or because they know they can take advantage of you. They know that you have a set schedule and will only have so much time for them. And because you're caring and you're loving, right? They already have all these labels and associations with people with have children, even if some of them aren't even true. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of somebody's intentions when they come to court you and allow yourself to actually be courted. Going back to that Virgo energy, going back to that person that says that you have their heart regardless of their sign, they might have Aquarius placements. They might be like an Aquarius North Node, or it's the ruler of their fifth house. This is getting super specific because this is the same person that's coming up with this Aquarian energy. It's not a sun, moon, and or rising, what we typically pull for. But this is someone that's like, okay, if the collective doesn't take me back, that's fine. I don't need this heart. She could have it. I've had the best. I don't want nothing else. I'm just going to focus on my job and my kids. That's it. That's all. Pisces, because they've been coming out a lot. Ooh, of course, Pisces has been coming out a lot because they're coming to make that change. The Knight of Wands can be a flirt. They could be somebody that's in that playboy, playgirl energy. And if they were, they're leaving that behind. They're coming in as a new woman, a new man. Make the effort. They're coming in to make the effort. Hey, Pisces. And it feels like they're also coming in with Cancer energy, wanting to build things this time on solid ground. Great love is worth taking the steps you're being guided to take. Oh, they're taking it by leaps and bounds. This is someone with the Pisces placements, especially if they are a Pisces rising, right? Who's going to be hot and heavy with the wanting to see you, wanting to do, it's going to feel like they're love bombing you. It's not. They just want to make it undeniable that one, they never stop loving you. Two, they want a new chapter. And three, they want this new chapter to be the end all be all. Aries, sun, moon, and or rising. You might also have Leo placements. Well, Aries and Leo, they kind of, okay. That fire energy and being done with love and just giving up altogether. I'm too old to find love. Look, the dating pool has, well, whatever you've been telling yourself, first of all, stop. Because whatever we tell ourselves is what's exactly going to manifest. True love, you are reminded, dearest Aries, that true love truly does exist for those that believe it exists. Open up your heart, be open to the possibilities, and true love will find you. Your angel message is religious factors. Your love life is influenced. Some of you are waiting to show for love to show up a certain way. First, you got to get married, then you have kids, and then you got to do things in order. You got to. Who says that's your plan? Some of you, you haven't been able to find the relationship of your dreams because it's outside of your beliefs. Not saying that you should change your spiritual beliefs, but the archaic ones, the ones that didn't work for nobody in your family, you should at least reconsider the validity of those in your life. Taurus, sun, moon, and or rising. When we see the Nine of Cups, we see somebody that can be happily single, but we also see somebody that is content on every single level. You've been making the best out of your single season. Enjoy it because it doesn't feel like you're going to be single for long. Start preparing for what life will look like when you have your destiny partner, when you become one with your soulmate, because some of you with Taurus placements are going from single to soulmate to married in a very short amount of time. It's going to be a whirlwind and it's happening exactly the way that it's supposed to happen. Don't judge it. Don't get in your head. Don't get in your head about it. Trust your intuition and only take the steps. Only take the steps you're being guided to do, not what your ego is screaming at you to do, right? That silent, still voice that's almost like a whisper that says, yeah, that one. Last but not least, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and oh, can't show that either. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and or their booty woody woodies are out. Your confirmation that your relationship, right? Gemini, Sun, Moon, and or rising is elevating to another level. This person who's been working really hard, putting all their energy into preparing a space for you, they're being guided by the angels, so it doesn't feel like they're going to stop anytime soon. What you thought was over and never going to be fixed is about to pleasantly surprise you because it's true love. This is a romance of a lifetime, right? And it feels like this Pisces has the same energy as the person in this card right here. Going through the battle, claiming victory, now coming in to claim their bride. You know, regardless of who has to say what about it, because they too are being divinely guided. Ashe. That is the love messages for the collective. Let's see what you guys are chit chatting about in these here comments. We're going to start with the YouTube side, so bear with us. Hey, J Max. I'm healing from someone cheating. I got a ring, but I'm having a difficult time. Yellow Rose. Ew. Hi, Trisha. Yes, separation is needed, and that came out, right? Regardless if you are a Libra or not. Cheating for some people is a clear black and white, right? There's no wiggle room for interpretation. It's a no, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a deal breaker, right? But you have to decide with your personal situation, not with what people say, with what the magazines say, what you see on your FYP. Is this relationship worth saving? Sometime, as let me tell you about this twin flame business that people love to chit chat about. When you are in a twin flame union, your relationship is under the attack the most. The enemy doesn't want true twin flames to get together because not only do you get to experience this true love, this beautiful love, you inspire your whole circle and you raise the vibration of the earth with your love story. So there's going to be attacks coming from everywhere. And yes, people should know better. People should do better. People should not be able to be tempted, especially if you have a ring and you are in a committed relationship, but also under the influence, right, of a spiritual attack, things happen. And like the tower moment coming out, sometimes these things have to happen, which is not condoning cheating at all. Do not get it twisted, right? That is still, especially for me, that's a deal breaker, right? But it's still a moment, especially on a person by person, case by case situation, a moment to extend grace and ask yourself, is this relationship worth saving? Is this something that is going to happen again? Or is this just the symptom of a spiritual attack of the enemy not wanting you guys to be together? And those are only questions you can answer, right? We can work it out with a soul session and see what your guys have to say in addition to that. But it feels like, Rose, you already know whether or not this relationship can be saved. Marquita, first of all, I'm not seeing. Okay, Marquita. Hi, J Max. Happy Friday indeed. Let's go to the TikTok side. Hi, Guillotine Creations. You're back. Good afternoon, Morty. Morty's from South Africa, you guys. It's afternoon over there. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Any thoughts, feelings, questions about anything that came out on the live as I'm going through your comments? Hi, Nelly. Good morning. Empress, quadruple three. How are you? Cheetah. Sujil. I'm not going to say your last name. Is Danny over me? You know how we say Delulu is Salulu is the Salulu, right? But not in this case. Danny feels like what he did, he's done to everybody. Um, this is someone who is not ready to be in a. He's not ready for what you're ready for. We'll just leave it at that. Isolde, how are you? How are you? How are you? Thank you guys for the follows and the gifts. I love you. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Speaking about gifts, thank you to everybody who has donated, who has left a love offering for AJ and her kids. She has given me the permission to say more about her story. She kind of put it as simple as possible. Her abuser is her ex husband and did some things he wasn't supposed to do with certain paperwork that I am not going to say that she was held accountable for. So her accounts were frozen. And of course, that caused a lapse in her being able to pay her mortgage. And I wish she would have told me when this first happened, because then, there's other resources we could have tend to. But now she's at like that final hour of about being able to lose her home that her kids know and she knows. And I appreciate everybody who's either purchased something for me or who has just left a love offering for her, because everything is going to her to help her along her journey. We are also working with lawyers and doing things in the physical as well as doing things in the spiritual to help her wrap the situation up. So all will be well. I expect, right, even though we're far from the number that she needs, my God is a God of miracles. So I fully expect that she will be just fine. So a big thank you. And I am going to personally thank um, everybody that donated when the time is right. Hi, Sansi. Oh, he just bought a house for me and my kids. Thank you. Thank you. I love a good confirmation. I love when I get a download and then someone says, "It's me." I love that. Enjoy, Santi. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy what's being built. Any last tendrils of hangups you might have about love, any fears, any disappointments from the past that you're still carrying with you, work on letting them go, because it feels like, going back to what was said about the chemistry card that came out at the cut, wanting to build something, you guys are heavy in that energy. Gora the Explorer, I had a flack, which is called a, can't say the word, it's an emerald. So we'll just say a flock of crows approached you yesterday. What was the message you received? What was the first thought that popped up in your head when you saw them? Sarah, yes. That is the person with the lady friend. I'm gonna retire that word karmic because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of them. Strong woman, you are welcome. Stacy, you are welcome. Thank you guys. Hold up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for spending this part of your day, your morning, your afternoon, your evening with Spirit, me, and the Soul Tribe. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cloud Out. This is my movie too. I'm glad you've seen it. When I first saw it, I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what it is. Hi, Pink Lotus. This Pisces couldn't be it. Well, Diva, trust your intuition, right? Trust your intuition. My phone is at 8-8. What is that about? Well, that's your cosmic cue, right? Those of you who have been seeing 888, 118, 811, right? That's like your guides pushing you, saying, hey, the Lion's Gate is about to open. Hey, what is it that you're wishing for? Hey, we've got big abundance. We're like, what do you want? Right? I'm from Brooklyn, so I don't know if other places have people in the community that always would pop up from time to time with a truck of stuff for free 99 and would just say, just open it up and be like, hey, baby girl, what you want? And they did it for the whole neighborhood? Or is that just a Brooklyn thing? I don't know. But this is what the universe is doing. Like they're literally opening up that container of abundance of all the good things and saying, hey, we're getting ready to bless the collective as we, oh, it's like Christmas time for the universe, right? We're coming through. What do you want? What are you manifesting? What do you want to establish now that's going to last for forever? Because eight is that infinity symbol. Eight is associated with karma, it's associated with blessings, right? What is it that you want to stick, especially when it comes to prosperity and abundance and finances? So every time you see those eights pop up, you're like, make a make a wish, aka state an affirmation. Declare and decree, you know what? I'm stepping into my hot girl era. I'm stepping into the era where I went from nothing, where money literally falls from the sky. Make it rain, spirit. Make it rain. Hi, Georgia girl. Hi, Magical Foresight. How are you, beloved? Please keep going, Magical Foresight. Keep going. Keep doing. Keep showing up. Everything else will fall into place. But we need you. The collective does need you and your voice. Okay? Okay. As I look across to the YouTube side and it says eight watchers and 8 likes. I love that. Another cosmic confirmation. Listen. We are doing the North Star Intensive, where we focus on using your birth chart plus the data we get from your spirit guides to help you go in the right direction when it comes to life, your finances, every area of your life, and honor the Lionsgate portal. Instead of doing it for 1 month, I'm doing it for 3 months to help you fully lock in and following your North Node, because your North Node is your North Star. It's telling you where you're supposed to go in life, how you're supposed to show up, what career you're supposed to be doing, looking at your eighth house, looking at your second house, looking at other placements and what that means specifically for you. So instead of doing it as the cleaning truck goes by, right? The street sweeper goes by. Instead of doing it for 1 month, we're doing it for 3 months, and space is limited. Okay? Okay. Chantel. Well, hello, fellow Sag. How are you? Queen Megan. Another one that is a blessing to the collective. How are you? How are how are you? How are you? How are you? Pink Lotus. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for everything. And Jazzy has an Aquarius North Node. That was so super specific that came out. There's more to it, um, but the gist of it is, trust, well, for everybody, is today, after now that you've received this message, these messages, really sitting with self, sitting with spirit to receive the downloads that you are supposed to get. We could do a clarity session, we could do readings, we could do everything, you and I. But it starts with you first learning to trust that small, still inner voice and allowing it to guide you along your journey. Who else is here? Mm-mm-mm. Hi, Mike. How are you? Hi, Mars. Mars. It's kind of early. How are you? I'm confused. I felt the collective, but what we spoke of, he's an Aries and I'm a Taurus. This is where you have to trust your intuition. Even when we have the collective messages, right? And we say this is for Leo, this is for Pisces, sometimes you only get like a piece, a fragment of the total information. When we get these down, at least for me, when I have to sit in front of the collective, sometimes it's hundreds of y'all, sometimes it's just dozens. But the prayer is for everybody to get something. So, Spirit, my guides, the Holy Spirit is going to give something to everybody. So these are broad messages that you then in turn are charged with, responsible for, seeing which part applies to you. And if there's a confusion, there's a knot, tell your ego to take the back seat and really lean into your intuition fully. I love deep breathing exercises to calm the mind, steady the nervous system, and let the messages come through. DM me if you need more steps to see what part of this applies for you. And that goes for everybody. There's messages coming in for the people that I have mentorship with, coaching with, people I've recently done readings with, and then new people that come in. So in order to get everybody, it's sounds specific, but it's broad and designed for that everybody to get a little something. So you know, oh, yeah, that part is for me. Hi, me, Grand Rising indeed. Hi, Miss Nicole. Hey, hey. Gigi, has she gone to put in a purchase acknowledgement in the land court? They're not showing me anything for you. But they did ask for you to get paperwork, legitimate paperwork. Actually go to the place for yourself and get the records. Hi, Mel. My biggest fans are haters, of course. What did Cat Williams say about haters? They're gonna hate, right? They are going to hate. I think I got to everybody's comments. Me, as I lose my voice, instant yes. You guys could benefit from working on your communication because she's thinking thoughts that don't exist. And it's leading her down a very, very bad pathway. Miss Nicole, you're fine. Hey, mini builders, how are you? It's okay. It's okay. Long as you're here, right? Long as you're here, you made it. You get to catch us live. So you made it. And of course, as soon as we get off the live, right, it's instantly available on my YouTube channel. Hi, let me get this right. Lisa Lay. Did I get that right? That's a pretty name. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. All right. Miss Nicole, you got other things to be doing. Catch this on Monday, okay? Or Sunday as you're laying down and resting. Right? No. You got other things to do. You got other things to do before I get in trouble. Any other questions, thoughts, feelings you want to share before we wrap up the live? You know what I'm going to do? How many of y'all are here? 42? I am going to pull angel answers. Let me go grab the deck for you guys. So if you have a question, whether you're on the YouTube side or the TikTok side, let's get an angel answers for you guys. You can send a donation or a love offering, doesn't matter. Let's just get you, I mean, it does matter, but let's just get you an answer. All the love offerings and donations will go to AJ. Well, Mel, since you're gonna ask, we'll start with you. When it comes to Mel and his wife, now first let's clear the deck. Grant the collective clear yes or no answers to their questions and any guidance that can assist them along their journey. Is it something, when it comes to Mel and his wife, the thing that she's hiding, is it something that she's going to return? There you go. In the near future. heavily, heavily coming across, Mel, that you guys both need to. It's a partnership. Work on your communication styles. Any other questions? Lisa, I'm glad you could join us. As I look up and I see 44. Miss Nicole, just rest. You and Doodles, rest. Y'all catch it when y'all laying down doing nada. But there's other things on the table. When it comes to Lisa Lay asking whether or not she's supposed to stay, be clear about be clear about your vision of love. What is it you want? What are you willing to compromise on? What are non-negotiables? They're saying you already know the answer to that question, which is vague, but it feels like there's a clash between what you want and what you have, and only you can set yourself free. That love that you envision going back, I don't know if you were here to catch about, I think Aries got the message, and Virgo too got the message about still having beef, negative feelings about how love's showing up and how love is this and love is that. Love is what you make it to be. The clear answer is if this person doesn't fit your vision of love and you have to make concessions, you have to make adjustments, it's not an easy fit like a nut to a bolt. I don't know why they use that description. Then it's a no. Or you can hold on to what you have, continue making adjustments, continue falling short, and you're still going to be stuck asking the same question a year from now. You could have that beautiful vision that you of love that you have manifest a year from now, or you could be stuck a year from now on what you're willing to accept. What do you agree to accept now? Use the energy of the Lionsgate portal, of this new moon coming up, of all the revelations that Neptune retrograde is going to bring you to make the best decision for you, not for anybody else, for you and you first and foremost. Your happiness is paramount. They're heavy pushing you to go, but if you go, you have to go understanding that there's so much more better. Take the lessons that you've learned and allow it to help build you up and prepare you for your next chapter. And that's why you need to rest, Miss Nicole, as much as you can, right? Take it easy, delegate, right? As much as you can. As much as you can. And then when Sunday, Monday gets here, turn off the phone. So, should I block M? I want to say yes. Because that's been coming up so much in the collective. But let's see what your guides have to say when it comes to so should she unblock M? Within the next few months, right? And a year from now, I wanted to pop back out. Not yet. Not yet. Going back to what was said about working on preparing for the one, calling your soulmate in, working on the healing process, having that vision of love. You guys know that I love, love, love. I love love. And I love talking about the vision of love. And I will always encourage you guys to have a clear picture of what does partnership look like for you? How does your partner make you feel? Engage all of your five senses where you create that vision of love, while listening to the song Vision of Love by Mariah Carey, of course, because it's in the energetic signature. It has the right frequency to help you call in that love. There's still healing that you both need to do. So around November, you can unblock them if you're still up for it at that point. But definitely prepare the space for true love. Not how love has showed up before, but the real thing, the real McCoy. Monet, yes. It's all, I don't know if you heard before. As long as you create your vision of love and believe in that vision, it has no choice but to manifest. But you have to truly believe. You can't just say you want a thing, right? And this is for everybody, not just for Monet. You can't say, "Oh, I want true love," and my lover shows up like this, and they do that, and it feels good, and great, perfect. But then you go watch Love Island, you go watch shows. This is Polly, right? You go watch things that do not align with your vision of love, because those type of shows, while they might be fun and interesting and entertaining, they insidiously eat at your vision of love. You watch it long enough and you think that this is how everybody is, and then your own vision has been shattered. Align with things, which is not to say you can't watch things like this, but align with more things that fit that vision of love, that mirror the love story that you're calling in. And before you know it, the love story that you envision will be your reality. And that's with all things that you're manifesting. Some people struggle with manifesting money. This is why we talk about, especially if you don't have any planets in your second house, right? But you have planets in your eighth house. What's that about? Where's your North Node? How are you supposed to, what is your cheat code to get into the bag, or the bag chasing you down, right? People want, because I've seen this all the time in my practice, come with all this high spirit energy. I want to manifest this, I want to manifest that. I'm seeing 888. Great. But you still struggle with saying negative things about money, and then you want her to show up. She's like a lover. If you're not kind to her, she's not going to stick around for very long. If you don't let her come and go as she please, she's faithful. She may not look like it, because everybody wants her, right? But she's faithful to those that treat her right, that allow her to come and go as she pleases. She comes more and more, the easier it becomes for you to just let her go and do as she pleases. She finds all the resources to bring it to you. Money is a faithful lover once you start speaking positivity, right? Oh, the gas prices are too high. Does it? Riddle me this. Of course, we all have spending plans, and those of you who are seriously thinking about manifesting abundance, don't use the word budget. It has too many negative connotations associated with it. Use spending plan, okay? You have a spending plan, right? And a certain amount allocated in that spending plan. The price of gas shouldn't matter, and I'm going to tell you why. You have to get to work, right? You could take an Uber, you could take another alternative, but you have to get to work. Pay Caesar what is due unto Caesar. Everything else will balance out. Some of you are so stressed out, not realizing that you're holding up your own bonus. There was something that was supposed to come through to make up for the extra that you were putting out. Oh, the transmission went out. Oh my God. Oh, snap. My transmission went out. That means there's money coming somewhere, because there's no way this can happen without an abundance of something coming through. Oh, Etta, your prices are too high. I'm struggling with money. And this is why you're struggling with money. You haven't made that investment in yourself. One of the first questions when I ask people when they say that they're struggling with money, what is the largest investment you've made in yourself? I'll go first. My master's degree, right? Not just the money I put out there to get a master's degree, but to have the right words, to learn the right way to be able to speak to people and be helpful. I thought I was going to be a counselor. I thought I was going to be a school counselor. I wound up doing therapy and other things for adults. And that's how I ended up in DV. Speaking about domestic, I'm not going to say that word. Ooh, lady, shame on you. This idea of teaching people how to trick and coming down to Miami, y'all, did we? Is it because Maury Povich isn't on that we forget that? I don't know if I could say the word. Moving through traffic is not a thing. That you won't go down thinking that you're meeting somebody and end up in a container to Venezuela. Like we're not teaching our kids that. There's no because there's no more talk shows that talk about this. No, there aren't any more talk shows. I wonder why. Because growing up, it was very heavy that this is a thing, and both young boys and girls needed to be aware of. And you have somebody saying that this is the way to go. If you want a bag, there's many ways to manifest a bag, and that ain't it. We have a saying in Creole that I'm going to translate to English, right? Finding life and you ruin your life, right? Trying to get to that success and you ruin all your chances at it. Be careful of the advice you take, and that's for somebody. That's for somebody, and that's for somebody to pass on to somebody else. Not only is Woo Lady harvesting the energy of these young ladies, right? The spiritual energy. And by the way, pay attention to her story because that promise she made for fame and fortune, when that entity comes to really come for their funds, is going to be a life lesson for all the YNs and people that think that using spirituality is a game and you could just conjure this and conjure that and live happily ever after for a moment. For a moment. So, yeah, if you have a younger person, right, late teens, early 20s in their life, be that good big brother or sister and remind them that there is still an Epstein world out there. Still not only harvesting souls, but harvesting bodies, right? They don't even care how you look or what you've got. They just need that one thing. So be careful. I think because of the physical reaction I had to it when it first popped up, Miss Nicole, on my timeline, I was like, I'm not watching this. And then she came through on the reading, and I was like, I'm not talking about Brie. No, 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 because I already knew it's a dark path, and the entities that she deals with, like, she's one of them that gives working with the law a bad name. So yeah, no, kick rocks. Mm-mm. But I am gonna sit back and watch how this falls out. Enjoy the fame now, and enjoy whatever accolades come with it now. After the party, the drums are heavy, right? Which doesn't sound the same in English as it does in Creole. It doesn't hit the same, but you guys get the gist, right? So party, enjoy the party. Just know there's an after. There's a price to pay, especially especially since we've heard yesterday, we're in an era, a 4-year era, where God Himself has come down to exact justice. The Most High, the universe, whatever name, the one that sits on top and controls all of this, right, is exacting judgment. So people can play and people can do and people can do whatever they want to do, but that justice is going to hit hard, fast, and quick. And we're all going to bear witness to it. Me too, Miss Nicole, me too. I really love your parent, not just because you're my Miss Nicole, but I really adore your, well, not only you, but everyone that I work with so far are amazing parents. Are, because of course you're amazing people, so of course you would be amazing parents. You already have this connection to source. So it's a no-brainer, but I wish more moms were like you and the others. Okay. Boogie Woogie Woogie, we were mentioning Woo Lady. Oh no, I love it. I mean, you could watch it, right? Just, that spirit of discernment keeps it just there. Keeps it just there. And I feel it does. Monica, if you want him to be, if you want him to be. Hi, Anna. Last call, because now I'm getting hungry. See, the thing is, okay, guys, Somebody's going to need to hear this either on the replay. It's going to make its way to the right ears. You don't chase money. Okay? For all my folks, I don't care if you are, oh, they're here. If you are 19, 29, 59, 89, if you're under 18, you shouldn't be here. Okay? Run along. You don't chase the bag. You are the bag, right? We've learned because TikTok has been amazing with this. Social media has been amazing with this, especially under the pandemic, the panini that we were under. We were inundated on this is how you do affirmations. This is how you manifest. This is how you do this. These are the Psalms. These are the verses. I do not chase, I attract. We are magnetic. It's been shown scientifically, not just the woo woo, that the heart has its own magnetic field that creates our aura. Hmm. Energy attracts energy, just like attracts like. We know that once we put our vibration at a certain vibration, because we've seen, not only have you heard me talk about it, you've heard about other creators talk about it. Francesca is really good with showing you examples in her personal life about, this is the affirmation, this is what I attracted. So it's not just for people who are deep in their spiritual journey, it is for everybody. Everyone has the ability to magnetize things to them because you're electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Right? You are. So we know that we don't chase it, but society has taught us throughout every generation. You got to work hard. You got to run after it. You got to go get it. You got to call it into you. And these young folks, they've missed that memo. And I blame the fact that we don't have shows like Maury Povich, right? Grandma is still running with the YNs, right? There's no Sally, what was it, Sally Jesse Raphael, right? There's not even, well, Steve kind of, there's not even a Steve anymore, right? To show people real examples of what the real world looks like. So they think, oh, let me get a couple of bands so I can post on Instagram and drive a Bugatti and cool, but just know that the people you saw, popping bags, popping tags, and buying this and buying that, and driving this and driving that. Did you ever wonder how they got their money? You know how many men and women that are flashing are actually escorts? Which is, I mean, you do what you want to do, right? But a lot of folks that are in that SW world don't even want to be there and are there against their will. Be careful what you ask for and how you try to go get it. Any last questions? Why do I think of, I'm not going to say her name, Torres, but because you have unfinished business. You, too, have a soul agreement that you, for whatever reason, didn't honor. I don't want to say you scared her off, even though that's what your guys are saying, Taurus. But they are saying you could have been better to her. And you're going to have to work very hard for a second chance. You have some wrongs to make right. This moment, you coming across me is a nudge from your guides to start working on making things right between you and your beloved, or else her memory is going to continue to haunt you. That chapter isn't over at all. My love life is crazy and I want to be J Max. You could do whatever you want to do, but don't do that. I mean, if we could stop you from doing that, don't do that. Right? Pull back. Yes, take a break. Right? Go into separation. Right? Leave people on delivered, not even read, and go back to that vision of love. Let that vision of love be your anchor always. Your vision is your anchor because it's what's creating your thoughts, and your thoughts create your reality. So hold that vision while simultaneously, at the same time, working on your healing. So allow true love to show up the way that it is supposed to for you. I'm going because this current separation just blew me, especially during Mercury retrograde. As I look up, and now we have 11:11 on YouTube. Um, work on the vision of love. Going back to the list, write them a list. Not a list, a letter. Dear person I'm in separation with, thank you for teaching me da 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 da. Thank you for loving me da 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 da. You really had me effed up at da 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 da, but I make peace with da 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 da. I release you and end this chapter. End the chapter. End the chapter. J Max, right? Officially on letter, right? And then burn it, rip it, say I'm done. Because what you're doing when you say I'm done is you have now broken the agreement with the old version of them and the old version of you, which leaves you free to create that vision of love without their energy weighing heavy on you because you're done. You said you were done, right? Once you create that vision of love, allow it to manifest with this person or not. Anytime we end, we officially end, right, in spirit. Because sometimes we say, I'm never talking to you again. I am blocking you. And then we unblock that mofo 3 days later, right? No, do it in spirit so spirit can hold you accountable, right? Once you come out of agreement, the only way you guys can come back into agreement is as two new people that are an energetic match. He was an energetic match for your former self, but this new one that is being birthed needs a new person that can rise to the occasion. So, divorce, make peace with the past, and prepare for the new. And then let me know how it works out. It'll work out splendidly because you're right in alignment with releasing and preparation, right, for the Lionsgate portal, which opens up during Leo season, right? Pretty much towards the end of July, it ramps up on, of course, 8/8, right? That's when everything peaks. You want to have your vision of love done before the 15th. Okay, okay. For those of you who are on a love journey. Hi, Collabs and Archie. It's okay. It's okay. You did miss the whole thing. I've been doing one card pulls for the collective, and this is going to be up on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, as soon as we go off the live. It's wonderful. I love it here. I'm still silently kicking myself that I didn't think to do this sooner, right? I've always had the two phones, right? Since the beginning of us doing lives. It's so much easier than to just download it and then upload it. We could just do it at the same time and it automatically be there. And I love my new friends over at YouTube. Hello guys. Hello, hello, hello. Lisa, define narcissist. And if you care to share, when was the first time you realized that Billy was cold and you allowed him and you allowed the relationship to continue? Let me know. We got a few minutes. Just a few. Well, hello, Lo. Hello, 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 hello. Any questions while we wait for Lisa's answer? Going once, going twice. Okay. That's exactly when you should have cut it off. Get comfortable with the first time somebody shows you who they are, you honor that. Don't try to make it fit because, whatever reason. And those reasons are valid. They are. But the first time someone shows you that they don't fit your vision of love, sayonara. Kick rocks. They gotta go. They gotta go. Oh, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. But. That's when you go no contact. To give that person time to be in isolation, to be with self, to do better, to understand that you have a vision for your life. You have a desire of what love should be like for you. And if they can't meet it, they need to go. 2026 requires us all to get real comfortable at seeing a situation for what it is and exiting stage left immediately, whether that be a relationship, a friendship, right? A love relationship or just a friendship, a job situation, any place, any space that it's not working for you, yeah, be selfish. Because selfish is an act of self preservation. So you can save yourself from future disappointment, save yourself from future heartache. Under this energy, especially since we're in a 1 year, what you see is what you get, regardless of which planet is retrograde, right? What you see is what you get because everything has to be plain and clear so folks can make an informed decision, can make the best decision for them. Because whatever we decide on this year, whatever moves we set in place now, is going to last with us for the next 8 years. This is why we keep getting the messages to choose wisely. He's out of your life, keep him there. Especially when things start shifting and changing for you and wishes start manifesting. That light bulb went off. Prior to this is just confirmation. Lisa, live long and prosper. Hi, Atasha's Journey. Hi, Rosemary. Long time no see. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Those are the messages. And you will have that good man that fulfills you on every single level. Work on your vision of love. Actually sit there and write it out. If you don't feel like writing it out, draw it out. Nobody's going to see this but you in spirit, right? What does love mean for you? What does partnership mean for you? How do you want your partner to show up for you? How are you going to show up for them? And write it according to the world of Lisa. Not social media, not your friends, not your family members, not your neighbors. What you want. And every day when you wake up, after you created that vision, start living as if it already is. Right? Taking yourself out, buying yourself a pretty something, buying yourself a nice cologne, a nice perfume. I wear both, so that's why cologne came out, right? Something, even if it's just a bottle of nail polish, right? Something to honor yourself every moment that you can. Spoil yourself every moment that you can, knowing that the person you're magnetizing in, the lover, the man that you're magnetizing in, is going to match that energy or surpass it. That is universal law. That is physics. Going back to energy, like attracts like. When you're able to hold that energy, and it's hard, it's coming out very smooth and easy breezy, lemon squeezy, but it's hard to hold that energy 24/7, 365. What? When the physical reality is what? But if you can hold that vibration, life changes, life shifts. It has no choice but to. Okay. Okay. I'm grateful you guys could stay with us. Now we're inching towards the 2 hour mark, and I'm famished, and I haven't eaten at all. I usually do these in a fasted state so I can get the clearest, crispest messages for you guys. So it's breakfast time. I gotta go put something in my tummy, or else I'm gonna pass out. I am. We have shipments going out this week. I shouldn't say this week, today. Today. If you have ordered either the Maji or candles or anything else from my website, it is going out today. If you have any questions, if you're like thinking about what came out, because a lot came out today, and you have questions you just need a follow up on, don't hesitate to DM me. I do respond to my DMs, right? Everything doesn't have to be transactional. And Truth be told, everything doesn't need a reading. Some of you guys could benefit from a reading. Some of you guys could benefit from having that mentorship or doing the intensive. But some, you will get the direction you need with one question answered. That's it, that's all. Trust your intuition. If anything you take away from this live, from this moment, from the love messages on this Friday, the 10th, which is the start of a new cycle, is one, what are you manifesting? What do you want your life to look like? Not just in love, but in all areas of your life. And two, be intentional about making time with Source, making time with the Most High to let them know what you need and to open up the avenues for it to come to you. Big, big, big in the energy of I do not chase, I attract. So go attract all the wonderful things that life and love has to offer. I pray that you have an amazing day filled with blessings, protection, miracles, and all the things that make your heart smile. Ashe, stay blessed.